Large wounds caused by burns or other injuries can be debilitating or even life-threatening. Skin transplants are often necessary, but can be challenging, time-consuming, costly, and sometimes not even possible. But what if a handheld instrument could just print new layers of skin directly onto the wound? Sounds like science fiction, but it might just be the new standard of care. Hey there, welcome to Science is You. To stay updated on current biomedical technology and molecular biology research direct from the source, subscribe to our channel where our passion is making real scientific papers enjoyable and accessible for everyone. Thanks for watching. Full-thickness burn injuries and large non-healing wounds can turn into huge health problems that are difficult and costly to treat. Rapid treatment is key to improving outcomes and quality of life. Delayed or ineffective treatment of such wounds can result in disfigurement, scarring, and even loss of function of the affected limb. Currently, the standard of treatment are skin transplants, but this can be challenging if the patient doesn't have enough healthy skin to transplant, and transplants of skin from other donors carries the risk of rejection by the immune system. Cellular therapy is a promising alternative through which skin cells are isolated from a small biopsy of the patient and then grown up in the lab. Then the patient's skin cells can be applied to cover the wound. But although skin looks like just a simple sheet at first glance, it's actually a complex organ made up of several different cell types. Just spraying or coating a mixture of cells grown from a sample of skin onto a patient's wound won't necessarily result in a new skin covering. We need something that can precisely deliver cells to specific areas, much like printing out a picture. 3D bioprinting might be the perfect solution. In this study, the researchers present a novel handheld 3D skin bioprinting system that can be taken to the patient and used to deliver specific types of skin cells directly into exact locations in the wound. Here's how it works. This handheld instrument delivers a bioink directly onto the wound surface. The bioink consists of two parts, cells and a scaffold, a gelatinous matrix the cells can grow on. Why a scaffold? Although sheets of skin cells look like they are just sitting there on their own, they produce proteins to anchor them to the surface they are growing on, and to each other. One such protein, fibrinogen, was chosen for the researchers' bioink because it plays a role in wound healing and is already in use in some clinical biomaterials. The scientists also ended up adding a small amount of hyaluronic acid to the solution, which you might know already for its ability to promote skin health and wound healing. But here the authors chose it because it increased the thickness of the bioink and helped with the ease of printing onto skin. Together with the scaffold, the handheld printer deposits mesenchymal stromal cells, or MSCs. These cells are multipotent, which means that they can turn into several different types of cells over time to promote wound repair. But there's another reason the authors chose these cells: their ability to participate in paracrine signaling. Cells produce and secrete proteins and molecules that can travel to other cells and cause changes. This form of communication between cells is called paracrine signaling. MSCs participate in paracrine signaling, which can help with wound healing. The machine works sort of like a fancy handheld glue gun, but at room temperature. The machine deposits both the bioink and a crosslinker, which helps the bioink to form a more solid gel in just minutes. A soft wheel contacts the wound gently and rotates as the gel is deposited, helping to distribute the substances evenly. Wounds of virtually any size can be covered by going back and forth across the wound until all of it is covered in the bioink. Most components of the instrument can be easily disassembled, sterilized, and reused. The printhead has a ball bearing that allows it to be rotated to cover wounds at angles up to 45 degrees. The printer is fairly quick, with the ability to cover a larger burn wound to the torso with about 10% body surface area in just over an hour, using only about 13 milliliters of bioink. Small wounds of about 5 by 5 centimeters could be covered in less than a minute with only a drop of bioink. The cells deposited with the bioink started out all rounded up, but over the course of about a week, they elongated and began growing to fill the wound space. Now there's a small catch. Up until now, the scientists had been testing this all out in the petri dish, not in the body. So to test whether or not this might actually work in real patients, the authors designed some experiments in pigs. They treated wounds in pigs with their handheld bioink printer and compared to material printed without cells or no bioprinting in the pig wounds. After 28 days of healing, they observed superior healing in their cell-containing bioink delivered with the handheld device, with reduced inflammation and scarring. Even better, the epidermis, or skin surface layer, was almost as thick as normal skin. This was not the case for the other cell-free or untreated conditions, which either failed to heal in the case of the untreated condition or healed poorly and formed thinner epidermal layers in the bioink that didn't contain any cells. In the cell-containing bioink, there are even signs of endothelial cells forming, which make up early blood vessels. This can be seen due to CD31, which is a protein that helps endothelial cells stick together, called cell adhesion. The researchers concluded from these results that the handheld mesenchymal stem cell containing fibrin-based bioink system was a safe and reliable way to deposit skin-forming sheets onto a wound area to improve outcomes. What do you think? Will 3D skin bioprinting be the next standard of care for treating large wounds? Share in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to help this channel get off the ground, and remember,